have been and reviews are going better all the time. And these are my
Remember the movie The Lost Boys? This was an 80s movie. I loved it. It was about vampires in plain sight. And so we're going to talk about, for whoever you all are collective, this is a collective reading dealing with you clearing out, it's you clearing out, realizing the parasitic energies in your own field, in your they were there, okay? You learning ways to clear that up and the opposition that you've gotten because of it, okay? The energies, that you've been dealing with are vampiric, which is parasitic in nature, because vampires often preserve their victims so that they can continue to feed off of them in some kind of way. So they're a little bit of a combination of predator and parasite, okay? Because a predator will devour their prey. A parasite feeds, just feeds and continue to feed until they drain the host entirely. And what you don't, y'all can't see all of that back there, but we have treason and revolt with card number 16, which is a tower in the major arcanas. These people have been a part of creating towers in your life in order to feed off of your pain and off of your suffering. Okay. Now, or towards the end, because they were fighting all these vampires that just would not leave them alone, would not let them go, and that was a part of getting some of them. There is something to do with the metaphysical components of garlic. You know how we say they're hiding things in plain sight in entertainment, and then they'll make a fool of it, a mockery of it, and say, "Oh, that's just okay." But there's something to do with the chemical and metaphysical components of garlic, especially if it's true and real garlic. Okay, and water. Those two combined, dare I say, add some sea salt in that, you might have something that's super lethal. Okay, in terms of parasitic type of vibrations and attachments, whatever you want to call it, it does something to it, like almost like dries it up. Okay. And so for some of you, these people, like I said, they have created such towers in your life constantly, and you realize that's what's behind all this sudden, constant cycles of disruption. They do stuff to you to cause you to sabotage. You know, it's basically like a terrorist. If we continue to terrorize them, they'll continue to leave. Parasites and predators love to hunt, love to chase, okay? But all at the same time, it makes you look like the problem because you're somebody that's constantly fleeing. You're somebody that's constantly leaving. You're somebody that's constantly seeming to have to start over again. Now, in the Lost Boys movie at the end, this was them standing and fighting, realizing that no matter where they ran, these things were going to continue to follow them. And that's where some of you all are at. You're realizing that the systems are filled with all of these people, these things, and they will smile at your face, they will appease you, they will talk to you, they will try to feel you out and scan you. But at the end of the day, it's to, you know, make you look bad, you know, but to feed off of the pain and suffering of you and your children. Okay? You're stronger than you think. You see that down there, and then you see over here, you are every kind of fierce. It's not to say that you don't, if you're anything like me, this is not to say that you don't feel pain, that you don't suffer, that you don't feel fear. Some of you may fear in a way that people don't think, that people aren't privy to. They may think that you're afraid in a standard way. Some of you all are only fearing because you have children. You really could care less. Your fear or anything related to fears is somehow connected to children. Not so much what they're doing per se, their spells and all that. It's you being in this constant state of cleanup, and then your children, because your children are open receivers, but it's not the type of fear that they really think it is. Okay? And yeah, some of these people are going to be experiencing their own towers. Yes, they were behind all these towers and causing you to create towers by sabotaging you every time you have, you know, any progress, any success, any healing. They start concocting things. They start getting people to pull back, you know, resources, to stop doing the things that they'll do and typically normally in these programs in order to push you to feel like you have to do something. Because if they start shutting down everything, basically leaving this sense of entrapment that you can't navigate through, then most normal people are going to feel, I need to do something then. Because if I can't properly navigate, that's been a part of it. At least giving you the feel of it by way of causing sabotage, delays. We're not going to answer the call. We're going to play like we were in meetings for 3 whole days. We're not going to, you know, do this, not going to do that. And basically making your efforts, your hard work, your diligence with, you know, whether that is calling people, going to appointments, filling out paperwork, seeking things, making it all for naught. Okay? So let's see, there's something to do with the tub. So I want to encourage some of you who ends up seeing this video, there's something to do with that. And if you're like me and you like to try and test and feel things out rather than just sit up and be believing some Joe Schmo or Josephine Schmo on the video, okay, your discretion is advised. Be aware of your own health conditions and allergens and all of that stuff. If you feel you have some stuff, get some bunch of garlic cloves. If you don't have a bunch of garlic cloves, get a bunch of garlic powder. If you don't have a bunch of garlic powder, get some garlic salt. Something that whatever you can get on your hands on, and as much as you possibly can with your intention. If you have access to a tub especially, because that's what we're talking about, get the water, set that intention, get that, fill it up, and dump yourself in there like you're baptizing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Soak in that for about 30 minutes, holding the intention of every parasitic vibration that you're holding that's been projected, that you inherited, everything that they're throwing at you with their sigils and their smoke and their incants and their word buzzes and phrases and all that stuff. Okay? They're putting on doors, blood, jelly, you know, all the ways in which they continue to try to affect your energy metaphysically. Okay, set that intention, especially as it pertains to Arconian okay, reptilian, draconian energy. But if you're not so much privy to all that, just think of it as a dense, parasitic, leechy type of vibration that has been draining the life out of you, and that has been clouding your judgment, and that has been causing you, okay? So I'm gonna do a you and a versus them. We already know that they have caused you because I'm in one. I don't know what's to come of me and my son, okay? It's been this continual perpetual cycle of chasing me around, dealing with all of these government agencies and programs and people and places. And as soon as there's any progress, then they'll get people to amp up either their spell work or sabotagery tactics. And then I have to get up and uproot and move and start over again. But here's what's true. I am nobody's road runner. Neither are you. The only reason why any of you have left is because of sabotage to your efforts. You didn't leave simply because people were attacking you. You've been taking attacks your whole life. You've been taking attacks even more so since you started, living your truth. So it's something that you have become very, very used to. The reason why some of you all leave is because people start to sabotage your ability to stabilize and take care of you and your children. Period. That's it. So they're misinformed. Terribly, terribly misinformed. Once upon a time, maybe you left out of fear, maybe in the earlier phases of it. But as time proceeded and you realize it's like, okay, now I'm trying to stabilize. I'm used to this. I'm leaving now because there are hindrances to me being able to do what I got to do. But now you're starting to realize that even that is something that's going to continue. So you're now figuring out ways to clear this stuff out, and it's a part of what's bringing towers to these people. And if not all these people, it's certain players that this is happening to. Okay? So you versus them. Okay? This last mixture here is going to be for your encouragement, guidance, advice, whatever you feel, however you feel intuitively guided and drawn. Okay? Because I'm going to just do a rapid fire black lightning with this and set your intention of, okay, in this now moment, how this applies to me, how do I proceed to, help myself, to help my children, to deal with. Many of you are facing homelessness. Many of you are homeless. Many of you are facing a lot of things that has been made to make you look like you're the karmic, to make you look like you're the problem, to make you look like you're the one that's fickle and unstable. This has been a collaborative effort. People, unfortunately, are miseducated and misinformed when it comes to trying to evaluate what's what. If someone's homeless, then they're going to put them under the category of karmic. If somebody's got a nice fancy home and a semblance of so-called stability, then they're going to automatically put them in the category of a sovereign. And that's ignorance. The very thing that these people read in the Bible, for those that are Bible pushers, the very information that they read there talks continually, especially New Testament, about Jesus and his people and how they don't got nothing. It talked about John the Baptist, it talked about Jesus, and yet these same people wouldn't have even dared call Jesus, you know what I'm saying, as he was homeless and the Son of Man did not have nowhere to lay his head. They didn't look at him as an invalid. They didn't look at him as the information that he taught and stood on as invalid because he couldn't afford himself an apartment. Because he was wandering about. That's why I know that most people is full of shit. I'm just saying, that's why I know. Because it's in the book. It's there. The only people that was calling Jesus in them that back then was the same kind of people that are calling the sovereigns that now. Okay. And then, people using this, well, he died so that we wouldn't have to do that. Correct. So it's kind of this energy collective. Like, well, which one is it going to be? On one end, you'll hear these people say, you're supposed to suffer for the kingdom and blah, blah, blah. And then on the other end, when it's referenced in this way, then they'll say something like, well, that's what he came for, so that he took it upon himself, so that you wouldn't have to wonder about like him. But why so many do struggle and suffer then? I'm getting off track, but that is something to think about. Let's see these people that are experiencing their towers, okay? The karmics that have been these parasitic vampiric energies that have been a part of continuing to keep towers in your life for their feed being money, opportunities, and everything in between. Let's see what kind of towers are happening to them, the ones that it's happening to, that is unpleasant. It's unpleasant for them. This is not something that they calculated or wanted. It's unpleasant. It's bothersome. It's creating some concern. Okay. I have racing, avoiding, locked, closed in, trapped, frustrated. Okay. Okay. So let's get it. Damn, bitch. Okay. How many minutes we got? I want this to be fast. These people, I have an offer on the table. Why? Okay, so why is that unpleasant for them? Because they always got offers going. So I need to understand, offer, proposal, commitment. Did they get into a bad commitment? Oh, did somebody have an affair? Did something to do with an affair come out? Love affair, dirty little secret down low. It wanted to come in the reverse. Somebody may have found out. Yeah, the internet. Somebody may found out about something on the internet. Okay, this is something that they didn't foresee. We're talking about their tower right now. We know what they've been doing to y'all. Offer on the table. What tower is that is unpleasant? Fall season is in the reverse. It says this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship, your mind in the reverse. Somebody took an offer, okay, to possibly cause some kind of ending and breakup. But like I said, somebody is in a relationship, okay, that they don't want to be in, or did an offer. They're suffering something about taking some kind of offer, or somebody found out something about somebody offering somebody something to interfere with your relationship. And love affair. I love you. Okay, if this is unpleasant, then somebody could have found out, a truth could have been confessed. Somebody could have found out that they love someone else. Because again, we're talking what's unpleasant. Intuition is in the reverse. Internet. Somebody did not follow their intuition. They could be upset that somebody did something, paid somebody something to disrupt someone, and they're paying for that because this is unpleasant. You got trust issues. Now somebody got some trust issues. Somebody needs some time, damage, healing from a past relationship. Somebody knows that something happened because someone knows there are people that's been doing stuff to fuck up people's intuition. And as a result, fucking up people's intuition, making the wrong choices, have created some problems. And somebody is finding that out. There's an affair on the table. And somebody's been captive. Somebody's in a bad marriage. a bad relationship. Yeah. A bad marriage, a bad relationship. Okay, let's get the tarot. This is what's the towers that are unpleasant. Somebody they trusted the wrong person. They got into something. Or it's coming out collective what these people have caused you, which is causing them some kind of issues in their own life. They could have had an affair with somebody that you were with this love affair. So let's see the towers, the things that this is unpleasant and is causing concern from the tarot perspective. Okay, what's happening to these people? Whoever this is unpleasant, it's causing concern, and it's coming out as a 16 energy. Okay, which is a tower-like effect, something that was not foreseen, something that was not already accounted or planned for. Okay, this fell on I love you. From the tarot, the karmic energies that have been hunting down the collective and creating towers. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. They could be shocked that they're being cut out, or they're having money issues, or shocked that people still love you. Even though you've had such negativity thrown at you, they're dealing with some kind of negativity in their life for sure. With this 5 of Pentacles energy, this could be definitely having some kind of loss of money or loss of abundance, you know, in a sense. And endings with the world here. This is something that they did not foresee. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. They could be shocked that you love yourself or that you're intuitive. Yeah. They're getting some kind of karmic cycle effect. Whatever they keep doing with this Wheel of Fortune reverse to bend the wheel in their favor. To cause you to lose, you know, to continue to lose things, opportunities. Stealing. Oof. 4 of Wands in the reverse. 5 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, this instability. So they're having some issues in their love life, in their home life. Something is happening here. Okay, this gossip, this smear campaigns, this gaslighting, this triangulation, and this hidden dishonor here. We got 2 5s. And then we have an Emperor in the reverse. So this could be a male or female, Aries, doesn't have to be, but this is somebody who is a control fucking freak. An Emperor in reverse is a bitchy, moany, brooding, egotistical. Okay, they think they poopy, don't stink. They're cowardice. Okay, they're always trying to control everybody else. But they can't manage to control their own energy properly. Okay, something is getting out of control in their own life. They also don't like that you could be a Queen of Cups energy in the upright, that you can be discerning about your own family dynamics and roots and what they've been doing to you. Yeah, and then here's the Queen of Wands in reverse. So there's the karmic. There you are. Yeah, and there it is. Wheel of Fortune is coming in reverse. They keep doing this. Knight of Wands in the reverse too. They keep trying to block, steal your life force, your sexual energy, your children. They keep possibly, for some of you, fucking with youngsters or recruiting a bunch of youngsters to do shit here with this Knight of Wands. This is somebody that's just, this is parasitic. This is that vampiric energy. Okay. This is stuff people doing to cause you to be sick, cause your children to be sick, to stop, to drain your passion, to drain your opportunities. So their tower is somebody is getting sick. Somebody in a household, somebody close in their circles here. Could be somebody's mother. Okay. Why is the Wheel of Fortune reversed? I'm going to end it here for them, for the ones. It says you're stronger than you think. They could be upset that you are aware of this stuff too, and that it's coming out. Like you know what's going on. The illusion, 7 of Cups in the reverse. Them stealing, blocking options. Them trying to, make you, not know what to do, or feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and you have to choose something, and no matter what you choose, it's not going to be good kind of vibe. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you stay, it ain't going to be good. If you go, it ain't going to be good, because this is a parasitic thing that's been following you around. So no matter how many times you start over, they're there. No matter what state you go, they end up there. I can tell you this, every time me and my son move somewhere, I can guarantee you this, I saw each of the agents already there waiting for me when we arrived. I knew who they were immediately. They don't hide. They've really become careless and sloppy at it, because a part of what they've been doing is trying to provoke fear, because I know that they're following. And they know that I know that if I tell people this, then nobody believes it. You see it? Likewise with you. Yeah, defense. They didn't know that you were going to protect yourself. They didn't know that you were going to stand up for yourself. They didn't know that you were going to work so hard. You see this bubble? That you were going to work so hard on your chakra systems, that you were going to work really hard to look away, to stop feeding the best you could, and to work on your energy, defending yourself, protecting yourself. They're having some fights right now. Some of these people are looking for defense. Okay? They're shocked about that. Yeah, they're shocked. Yeah, 5 of Wands. They experience it. They shocked that you are something. I don't know. They having fights, chaos, conflict, because this is all the shit they've been sending to you. Constantly. You can't go outside without one of their weasels, constantly. Page of Pentacles, yeah, hidden dishonor. Dishonor. And I have a King of Cups that wanted to come in the reverse. I don't really know how to read that there. And the Fool. This was dumb. This was sick and this was dumb. This was foolish. Okay, somebody is sick. And if they cause your children to be sick or anything like that, there's somebody in these people's lives that's sick, I guarantee you. They suffering. Somebody is. Okay? These people lied. And it's becoming clear that they lied about where they were getting their new beginnings from. All these new great opportunities and whatever this success and stuff, and paying people to lie to you to think that you're going to be building something, which is creating this whole, you get somewhere, you go somewhere, and then it's just stubbornness, stagnation, and misfortune and sickness that they bring upon you and your children. And anybody that's got 2 pieces of their brain left, if they're getting sick somewhere and they can see active activity, they're going to try to find something else. They lied about attacking you. They lied about why you were blocking them. They lied about why you were closed off. And this could be coming out. Yeah, 8 of Wands in the reverse. They lied about their successes. They lied about what you do online. They called you a liar. And they're suffering for it because it was true. They lied about trying to stop your plans and your successes, stealing your abundance. So now their plans is getting shit on. 3 of Wands in the reverse. They lied about stalking you to disrupt your plans. Page of Swords. They're being watched. Other people are looking. Yeah, offers to stalk you. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Offers to stalk you, to steal from you, and to cause endings. Yeah. 4 of Cups, they took every opportunity. They did this for entertainment. They did this for feed. They did this out of boredom. And here's an Empress in the reverse. We've seen a Queen of Wands reverse and an Empress reverse. So this is definitely to do with 2 karmic feminine presenting energies, whether they're male or female. This is somebody's mother, somebody's wife, somebody's sister, somebody's aunt, somebody's niece. In some cases, somebody's daughter. Baby mama that took every opportunity. Somebody's sibling, like I said, to disrupt your plans, to stop your ships from coming in, to block your travels, to block communication, to block your business online, messages, all those things. There it is, 7 of Cups, choices. They made a choice, illusion, to create an illusion. They had people working with them to cause confusion in your options. They wanted you to constantly feel confused and deceived and not know what to do and where to go. So they had people working. So now they're trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do here. Yeah, to keep themselves out of jail. 8 of Swords in the reverse and 9 of Wands in the reverse and Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they're experiencing, somebody is experiencing some sickness and stagnation for doing this to you. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on with these energies. Okay. And some of this is because you have learned something about all of this, and you could be applying all kinds of metaphysical things to clear this parasitic energy out of your life. Garlic is a strong significance of something that has been working for some of you, or this is maybe the guidance for some of you to take. It's not the end all be all and answer to all. This is a tool and a toolkit to help you from a metaphysical, vibrational, energetic standpoint. The practicalities you still have to do and apply. Okay, at the end of the day, I've been telling myself, and I'm going to tell you, it's your life, it's my life. It's easy for anybody, myself included, to tell you when you're the one who has to live out in real time. You and your children have to live out in real time the consequences of all of it. Okay, so your discretion is advised at that. Okay, take care of yourself, the best as you can. But if you're feeling your energy all discombobulated and all this stuff, as you're trying to navigate through all of it, the garlic soap, okay, I'm gonna even go on a limb, I'm gonna add some extra elements. Garlic, sea salt, vinegar, honey. And the reason why I added the honey, that was a shocking ingredient, is to sweeten your energy. Okay, it's to soothe and coat, because all that stuff is surgical. Okay, so when you get out, you're basically a porosity, you're basically a porous energetic ball, because you just basically surgically purged everything. Okay. Another thing that you can add are frequencies. So if you're hip to using solfeggio tones and other frequencies and you have access, hold that over the water with the intent to charge the water with those frequency properties and to work with the other component. That is like surgical precision alchemical work right there. Okay? When you get out, you want to rinse off with cold. I'm going to say if you can take it, the shower, do it. If that's too overpowering to just stand up and shower with cold water for some, then at best, get some cold water and ice in your entire head and rub it over your chakra points. Okay, if you in the back of your neck and stuff, if you can't take just standing entirely, then I recommend ice over all those places. And then if you have like almond oil, some kind of oil at your disposal, put some cinnamon in that, rub it together, and then rub it over your body or trace it over your aura field. That's also, is it gonna fix everything? No, but it's gonna give you some breathing room, some wiggle room to be able to be in your own energy, in your own thoughts, in your own resonance, to try to navigate the best you know how, whatever you're dealing with. This is easy for folks. Listen, it's easy for folks to tell you about what you need to do, but you know what they're doing. You know how often they're doing it. You know what your dynamic is. We don't. We may perceive and know because of psychic energy and all that stuff, but we're not living it. This is your life. Take care of you, okay, and your children the best you can. But this is going to purge some of you wanting to shake a lot of things that may help, okay? Stuff that just seems can't leave you alone and that you can't leave alone, but you wanted to leave you alone. All right, so for you, we already know what they've been doing to you. So we're gonna come from the perspective, in spite of the towers they keep creating, in spite of the towers they keep causing you to create, okay? In spite of the towers, what is actually working in honor and favor of you, even though maybe in the moment it might not feel like it yet. And I'm not saying this to fluff you up and to get false hope and to, stay practical, stay grounded. But sometimes I could attest to this. It's hard for me to see what's working when I'm in the thick of combat and attacks and they're attacking my son, they're attacking me, and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard to see anything other than what we're dealing with, the tower, the loss, the all of the bullshit, okay? So what's working for you? This is for the collective. We know the towers is happening for them and to them, but what's actually honoring them? Even in the midst of it, recharge. Okay, so this is fascinating. I don't know, maybe you all are able to recharge some kind of way through this drainage, this exhaustion, the energy vampire, because this has been draining for you. Okay, this whole thing, recharge. So you're being assisted with recharging. Where did it go? That's crazy. Maybe we don't need that card because it disappeared. Let's get another one. It's hot in here. I got something in the oven. Gosh. Obsession is going in the reverse. Interesting. Recharging from the people that are obsessed with you. So this could the breaking of the parasitic whole thing. Worth the wait. Divine timing, manifesting true love is coming sooner. Interesting. You don't even know it. You don't even care. With all of the chakra colors here, though, you're working on that. For some of you, you're not focusing on romantic relationships because you realize that if you're not careful, this is the very thing that's used against you to drain your life. Okay? But it looks like you're manifesting love and not know that you're manifesting love. Because I said, what's working for you? Knowing that true love is worth the wait. You've learned some kind of lesson. You don't want to obsess people. You don't want to be obsessed with people. You don't want to deal with folks who've got a bunch of obsessive tendencies and obsessive people that ends up obsessed with you. Let's get it from the tarot. Oh, from this. I'm gonna go fast. What's working for the collective? Oh, I wasn't expecting to see that. A mirrored soul. You manifesting somebody. Because if y'all don't work the wait, you don't know it. You're manifesting something here. This is hidden from you. Okay. Uh-oh, it's getting good. Drama queen, thirsty, causing chaos, is going in the reverse. Okay, it looks like the drama, it's being removed. I don't know. Or your name is being cleared, or it's being removed because, interesting. This is fascinating. Again, this could be stuff past, present, or future. You may not see this. And again, be practical. If you're still dealing with crazy shit, still take proper precaution. Please. Okay, to the best of your ability here. Okay? Avoiding. You're not avoiding something anymore. It has racing, running, and avoiding. It's in the reverse. Somebody's not running. You could be tired of running. Somebody else could be tired of running. And this is working for you. Because that's all they keep pushing you to do. You all weren't running just for fear. You're running because I can't stabilize. If I can't take care of myself and stabilize here, if I'm being boarded, I need to find somewhere else. But you see that? Lure you into places and it ain't what it is, and now you're trapped and you can't, it's and over and over and over and over again. Offer on the table. There could be an offer that you're manifesting. Okay? That's at the bottom there. All right, from the tarot, what's actually working, even if the collective doesn't see it because they're in the thick of active combat, constant attacks, their livelihood, their stability is all hanging in the balances here. They're dealing with possible displacement. They're dealing with people constantly trying to physically hurt them and their children and casting spells and being weird and just all kinds of weird shit as they try to navigate. What's working? Clarify. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Health. That's very interesting. I have Piscean energy, the Hangman. I have the Magician and the Moon. Huh. The pause, seeing something from another perspective, the stagnation is helping you master something in the dark. Why is this coming out as something that is actually working for the collective? That's odd. They're all majors too. That's very odd. How is that working in honor of them, in favor of them? Especially with that moonish energy right there. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Travel. Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is exposure. This is not sneaking off or something getting exposed or you seeing something. Clarify the second column. The Seven of Swords reverse, that's clarity, that's truth, that's openness, that's honesty, that's integrity, that's, People that's trying to stop your own strategies is somehow working for you though. That's weird. With this illusion and moony and secret, with their spell work and stuff. And this manipulative behavior that's going on around you. The Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. Something to do with somebody that's trying to control the direction of your life, that's trying to stop your purpose and your forward movement. Not having transportation, not something getting out of control. Something could be being identified here. Why is this an honor? Because there's a lot of interesting energy. Ten of Swords in the reverse. How is that working for the collective though? This liar, the Queen of Swords reverse, pissed you off too. This chaos, this conflict, people lying on you. Okay, now for you, I got the Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. Okay. Maybe you don't feel left out, even though you have been left out, even though people have stolen from you and sent a lot of negativity to you. There's an abundant energy with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. There was a blockage. Two of Pentacles crossed the Seven of Swords in reverse. There was a blockage. There was confusion here. Somebody was juggling. A lot of confusion caused a lot of imbalance. But it looks like you're regaining balance, or someone is regaining balance. Why is the Two of Pentacles here as working out in honor and favor of the collective? Somebody could have also chose to tell the truth. And this is working out for you. Two of Pentacles fell on the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Somebody could have chose to tell the truth, okay? And Four of Swords, you could be healing. Somebody else could have gotten sick and is healing when they chose to tell the truth. They chose to heal something. You are healing, someone else is healing. There's cycles that are closing here with the world, okay? Why is the Four of Swords here? A choice. I told you there was a choice. There was a choice here. You've been making choices. Somebody's been making choices here. Like, Eight of Swords is in the reverse. There it is. To free yourself, to see something clearly. You're making the choice to come out of your head. Somebody else is making the choice to. Somebody could have got out of jail, healing, or coming out of some kind of interference or stagnation. And this is working for you. This is working, even though it don't look like it. You can be exhausted and tired over here with this Four of Swords. And you resting is helping you to see something clearly, to make some other choice here, to let something go. There's people who need to let something go. They've been trying to drain you of your energy, holding back, stingy, miser energy, trying to drain the little that you have. You letting something go, pulling the swords out your back. Okay, so now we're going to get to the rapid fire black lightning. And this is the part, okay, set your intention, take 3 cleansing breaths or 4 silver breaths, focus, Navy SEAL technique, 4-7-8 technique, just something that brings you in your body to soothe the nervous system and to bring clarity to the mind, and then set an intention. Whoever you are, wherever you are, as this applies in the now moment you see it. Best serving you and your family under the conditions that you are dealing with. that you live and breathe and navigate through every waking moment. Okay? Something to encourage you, something to motivate you, something that's true of you, because sometimes all this stuff clouds all that. They want you to feel bad and low because they manufactured you being homeless. Okay? They did shit to cause you to self-sabotage, right? You are a delight. They don't want you to feel like you are, and they don't want the world to look at you like that. They just want the world to look at you as a wanderer, road runner. You are a delight. And it says, today I'm receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. Okay. Rapid fire, black lightning. Blooming truth. Blooming truth. Blooming truth. Blooming truth in the dark. Blooming truth through the lies. Blooming truth through the illusion. Blooming truth through the chaos. Blooming truth through the deceptions. Blooming truth now. Blooming truth. Blooming truth. Today I am persistent. Today nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in my way of my happiness. Today I will forgive. Today I will forgive my past mistakes that I have made and love myself unconditionally. You made a mistake, but you have had people messing with your mind and your options and your resources, sabotaging you and your children, doing weirdo shit. Okay, black lightning, rapid fire. Black lightning, rapid fire. Boom. It is what it is, and it is not great. It wants to be in reverse. It is what it is, and you're about to make it turn into something great. Okay? I don't take orders. I barely take fucking suggestions. They'll get a fucking clue. Great minds think alike, and so do mediocre ones. Mediocre. You know what that sounds like? Not my problem. You guys have, you interpret that as you wish. You know, people caused you shit, and then they got the world to be like, that's not my problem. But these are the same people that dump their problems and their ways onto other people, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, in other ways. Okay? Displacement, wanting you to carry the burdens of they don't like you because they don't, whatever, you know? Today I will persevere. Today nothing will worry me. All my problems will pass in time. Okay? And I get it, because I'm the same way. It's like, how do you be present in the moment? How do you do these things when you have so much on your shoulders that you're trying to, catastrophes that you're trying to avoid, without seeming like you're being irresponsible and not taking care of what needs to be taken care of? I do what I want when it aligns. I'd be unstoppable if I ever started. That's in the reverse. Many of you guys, you started. And you are unstoppable. This is why you got so much persistence against you. This is why they need you constantly starting over. Okay. It says, I choose to find humor in every situation. So yeah, that's something that I'm really learning how to use in my favor to help with my vibration. Because, you still got to get up and keep on keeping on, but I can be the bigger person, but where's the fun in that? You guys are possibly working on that. You're human. I choose peace, but if necessary, I choose pettiness. You could have dealt with, like I said, a bunch of petty people, and they keep trying to push your buttons. Hard work pays off later. Laziness pays off now. I used to have functioning brain cells, then I got a job. Oh. We're the only species that we just one day appeared here out of somebody's hoo-ha and wiener. And we're told the pipe dream that we need to earn our keep. We didn't ask to fucking be here. Every other species get taken care of. Small steps every day. Small steps every day. I am confident not because I'm perfect, but because I simply am just choosing to be. Okay. I woke up like this, tired. Oh, we're going to reframe that. Stay curious, learn something new today. Oh, and a little encouragement can go a very, very long way. A little encouragement. And it says the only way is up. And I know it don't always feel like that because it feels like we get the progress and then we're kind of pushed into some kind of a corner that sets us back again. But maybe this time, collective, whoever you are, whatever has happened this go around, you know, you losing stability, resources, and I don't want to make light of that. And I'm not going to tell you that any system is really for you. I can't even fix my mouth to say that. I'm just going to say, just do the best you can with where you're at each moment, and you're on your way up. Okay. All right. Namaste.